Hey everyone, and welcome to the quarter year crisis book tag. So we're now heading towards the end of April, beginning of May, which means we are now a quarter of the way through 2022, and I still can't believe it. I'm still in denial. I am sitting here thinking it's like February, but it's actually April. It's kind of weirding me out, but that does mean it's now time to do a bit of a check-in with my yearly goals, see how well I'm doing and things like this. And I've now seen the quarter year crisis book tag, so I thought I'd do it, so let's get into it. Question number one is, how many books have you read so far this year? 76. I have read 76 books. I'm currently on my 77th here, which is Lady Midnight. I've got to admit, most of that is graphic novel. I'm not going to lie, because I did Graphics-a-thon in February, which involved reading 28 graphic novels in 28 days. I read 29, if I remember rightly, that month. I have also been mainlining Moon Knight comics. I've been reading a lot of other things as well, so it's mainly comics. I mean, that's not to say that it's not still a massive goal or anything. It's just the fact that graphic novels take me that little bit quicker to read, usually about 45 minutes per graphic novel. So that's why I've read so many, but considering my goal was 60, I'm not doing too badly. Question number two is, have you already found a book you think might be a 2022 favourite? Yes. Gallant by V.E. Schwab was amazing. I read it in a day. I absolutely loved it. Raybearer, I love the characters, the world building, everything. It was absolutely incredible. I cannot wait to read the sequel, Redemptor. I also read The Wicked and the Divine. I loved volume 1. I have not read the rest of the series yet, but I loved like the female Lucifer. I loved the idea of all the gods, all the rest of it. It was absolutely incredible. So that's also got to be on the list. Rat Queens was basically Deadpool meets I Hate Fairyland, and I am now scared to finish it, so I've got the final 3 left. But I haven't finished it yet, but I absolutely loved the first 5 or 6, I've forgotten how many I've read, but they were all incredible. Until the End, which is the final Skullduggery book, I absolutely loved it. It was everything. My reading vlog for it will be going up in May. I'm just giving it that little bit of time so people have time to read the book, but that will be going up. I absolutely loved it though. Last Fallen Star was also incredible. The audiobook is really, really good. Show Us Who You Are, again, was so relatable in a lot of ways. I absolutely loved that one. The Banks was the most brilliant heist comic I've ever read. I mean, I haven't read that many heist comics, but this one was just out of this world good. And then finally, I also have to mention Amari and the Night Brothers, because the Men in Black vibes and everything else were immaculate. It was all amazing. I think my 2022 favourites list is going to be a very, very long one, but it's going to be filled with some amazing books because I've read so many really good ones so far. Question number 3 is, any 1-star books so far? Aphrodite IX. I don't know if I did that as a 1-star or maybe a 2-star, but either way, it was not for me. It was incredibly sexist, like in terms of its drawing. It was very much like, oh look up her skirt, look down her top, all the rest of it. It was very much not about the storyline whatsoever. It was just about basically ogling Aphrodite, which was not fun. And there was also this sort of weird thing with her creator where she kept on calling him daddy, and that was a bit like, not to kink shame anybody, but no. It was an all-round no for me on that one, so unfortunately that was probably my biggest 1-star read for the year. Question number 4 is the most read genre so far. Fantasy. I have read, the majority of my books are fantasy. This is including like the graphic novels as well, so basically it's been mostly fantasy. I read fantasy a lot anyway. It is my main genre anyway. This is not a surprise. Question number 5 is a book that surprised you. Show Us Who You Are. Show Us Who You Are was so out of the blue for me, because I knew I'd enjoy it because it's autistic, own voices, like characters and things like this, so I knew I was going to enjoy it from that point of view. But I don't usually read contemporary, but this was a really, really good contemporary. It was a contemporary with a sci-fi twist, and it worked so well. I loved the conversations it brought up about AI, about eugenics, about like what makes somebody human, how like we treat people, whether like neurodivergent people need fixing. We do not. As my view of this, and what should be the only view on this, we do not need fixing. But that was a conversation throughout it. It had a really good look at grief and things like this. It was absolutely incredible. I loved the talk it had as well about ableism and things like this. It was just Top notch. Elle McNichol is now a new favourite author because this was so good. Like, so good. Next question is a book that's come out in 2022 already that you want to read but haven't yet. Most of my pre-orders for 2022 I have so far read. The only one I haven't is Only a Monster. That is the only one I haven't read so far. The rest of them I have basically picked up the week they arrived, so I'm doing pretty good on that front, with only one, like I said, that I haven't read yet. Next question is the goal you think you're succeeding at. Getting through my priority TBR, because Abby challenged me at the beginning of the year to get through my priority TBR, and as you can see by the black X's, I have gotten through quite a lot of them. I've literally, at the time of filming, only got 5 left. So that is saying something. I've only got The Gilded Cage, The Bone Season, Our Bloody Pearl, The Space Between Worlds and Heart of Iron left. Now, Space Between Worlds I'm reading in May, and then I may slot in another one somewhere, but I mean, that is not doing too badly because she challenged me to read all of these by July, so to be 5 books off in April is pretty damn good. Next question is one goal that you made that you need to focus on. I would say reading more books than comics, but we should know by now that that's not happening, not with the amount Marvel is releasing, so that's just not happening. I mean, I've read like 6 or 7 Moon Knight comics, I've read like 7 Dawn of X by itself, I've got a ton of Doctor Strange that I'm going to be reading next month as well, ton of Miss Marvel coming, She-Hulk, Thor, the list goes on, so I should have known that wasn't going to happen, but I'm going to say cutting down my Archive of Our Own list, because I have a massive 47 page long to read list on Archive of Our Own. It's 47 pages long on Archive of Our Own, and I haven't read any of it yet. I have attempted to read it down and just haven't. So that is my goal, to catch up on my Archive of Our Own list, even if that means reading it down and then adding all the stuff I've got on the recommendations list I've saved on Tumblr. Because at the very least I've then gotten some of the older stuff out of the way. I mean, I've even made like a bingo board on here. If I remember rightly, did I make a bingo board? I did make a bingo board. I definitely made a bingo board. There it is. And so far I have coloured in 2 squares. So that's saying something. I need to get through the rest of it. That is a goal. I haven't done it yet. And then the final question is new to you booktubers or bookstagrammers or booktalkers for 2022 to recommend. I do not have any booktubers. I should do, but I don't. So if you've got any, leave them down below because I would love to check out some more booktubers. But in terms of Instagram, Bibliobubbles has got an amazing feed. I love their feed. It looks amazing, so definitely go check them out. In terms of BookTok, Reading and Sapphic Hobbit, I've got to mention as well, because they're doing a readathon in May called the Choose Your Own Adventure Readathon. It sounds really amazing, and I'm sure all of the creators are absolutely amazing over there, so go check them out. And that is actually the end of the quarter year crisis book tag. So I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, please do give me a thumbs up. Comment down below, tell me what you need to focus on for the rest of the year. I'd love to know. Or if you don't have that much time, leave a panicked faced emoji down below to let me know that you were here. I'll also leave a link down below to all my social media if you want to check it out, including to the Comic Book Sanctum, which has got a whole ton of stuff on there about Moon Knight, and is going to have a whole ton of stuff about Doctor Strange coming out as well in the coming weeks if you are interested in that. I'll also leave a link as well down below to my Etsy and Redbubble store, which has bookish merch and bookish bullet journal stuff if you are interested in that. Or if you just want to see any more of my videos, please click subscribe here, and over here will be the link to my previous video. But until next time everyone, bye!